Hello and welcome to the incredibly influential and highly successful podcast. I am incredibly influential.
And I am highly successful.
Today is Friday the 13th, of January
Woo.
2023. As we're recording this. Hi, how you doing, bud? How you doing?
I'm not doing too bad. I'm doing pretty good today, all things
Good to hear.
considered, right?
That's great to hear. I'm really glad to hear that. What have you been up to this past week? What's been going on there, buddy? How you been doing?
What have I been doing? Well, I took a little bit of a break towards the end of the week. I took some 2 days off. Took Wednesday, Thursday off, right?
Not
So
bad,
I got
not bad,
myself a
not bad.
nice, I got myself a nice 4-day weekend, right? We went over to Austin. We went into the outdoors. I'm not really a big fan of the outdoors, so I kind of just try to get through that as fast as possible, right? But then we hung out with my friend who's going to school in Austin, right? For a little bit. She
Mhm.
was a little busy because obviously school just started, but we hung out with her. It was nice. It was fun. We went out to eat dinner one day. We ate breakfast the next day because we stayed one night over there. We came back. The drive was I hate the drive. I hate driving. But now we're back, and now we're chilling. We're hanging out. We had some plans today, but those got canceled. So here we are, I guess.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, this
I mean,
totally
you're
wasn't my
lucky.
second choice, right?
Yeah, I mean, you're lucky. You actually got to spend some time outdoors. You know, uh, it's been like chilly sort of thing. You know, it's it nothing like great, nothing like really
It was
like
actually like the perfect weather too, because it was like windy, but the sun was out, so it was like that nice like cool temperature. You know what I mean?
yeah. We just haven't seen the sun, right? So it's just like it wouldn't be so bad if the sun was out, but we just don't get the sun for like 3 more months. So it's really it's starting to weigh on me. I'll be honest. You know, I was really looking forward to that Guatemala trip because that was really going to reset sort of everything. But December wasn't too bad, all things considered, like weather wise. Now that we're in January, it's starting to get there. I think February is going to be a test. I think February is going to be a test of my ability to fight my seasonal affective disorder. But uh, good news is my PC setup is down in my basement now. I've got everything set up down here in my basement. In case you guys didn't know, I don't know if I brought this up last week, but I'm getting a PC, like an actual, like legit PC. Um, I've got like a dual monitor setup and everything. It's pretty cool. And so just everything is all set up down here. And so is my streaming setup, which is just over there. uh, like about 20 feet to my right. So basically, I don't even need to come upstairs anymore. I could sleep in that chair. I've got a blanket down here. Uh, I literally do not even need to come upstairs anymore. So fuck the weather. I don't give a shit. It could rain or sleet or snow. I don't care because I got everything I need down here. And yeah, so that's not terrible. Um, but yeah, yeah, I got that. Oh, my school semester. Has yours started yet?
No. I actually ended up getting a what's it called? A message from my school that one of my classes got canceled due to low enrollment, so I gotta find a replacement for that. The problem was that that class was the
The
only
only one
online
required.
class
Oh, the only
for the
online class.
subject that I
Mm.
I needed, right? And I can't go in person because I have the job that I'm doing, right?
Hmm.
So I'm trying to figure out how I'm gonna figure that one out. I might have to go during the summer. I was also talking to Jennifer, and she was saying maybe I could look at maybe even though it's like super duper last minute, trying to like go to like a different community college and try like their online program, right? Because it doesn't really matter what community college I go to because it's gonna be online anyways, right?
Yeah, yeah. I imagine it's just like price shopping at that point.
The thing is,
Um,
like, I won't have financial aid for those colleges because I didn't pick those colleges on my FAFSA. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Ahead of time, so I would have to pay out of pocket, but it would just be for the one class. So I'm probably gonna look into that maybe today because I
certainly
only
hurry up.
found out yesterday that my class got canceled, right?
Yeah, I would certainly hurry up on that. I think that's probably wise.
But I'm only planning on taking 2 classes this semester, and that was one of them, right?
Yeah.
Um, because they're both going to be STEM classes, and I'm
Mm,
working, so I feel like 2 STEM classes plus a full-time job is probably already more than enough, right?
yeah, I'm taking 4 classes this semester. I think 2 of them are 8 weeks, and I think they're one after another. But it should be 3 at a time. So 2 normal classes plus 1 flex class is gonna be pretty rough. Um, so hopefully I can get through that. Those flex classes can be a little bit exhausting. Honestly, there was I took a flex class in my last semester of summer, my last like the last 8 weeks of summer. Who let me tell you, I think I talked about it on the podcast, but it was a Microsoft Office class, and it was rough. Not like the subject matter, but it just took forever to just do all the assignments. I would sit there for multiple hours, and it would just take forever, and it was just rough, like uh I took a Spanish class this semester after, like 16 week Spanish class, and it like the homework said it would take like 6 hours a week. It wasn't. I think it was more like 3.5 to 4, but like
That
still, that
yeah,
felt
that's
like nothing compared to the Microsoft Office. It was rough.
I do notice that they sometimes say like put aside this much time for studying or homework or whatever, right? And for some classes, it's better than others, right? I've noticed that with STEM classes, the STEM classes that I've taken, it just requires so much time because, like, unlike uh, what's it called? Like a lot of those like memorization based classes, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like history and things like that. With math, you can't really understand it quickly sometimes. Sometimes it takes a lot of at least a lot of practice
Yeah,
to really get it down, and it's just so much more of a time commitment, right? Which means that for me, who's usually somebody who procrastinates, it's a little bit more difficult for me to kind of procrastinate in those scenarios, right?
yeah, yeah.
Mm.
I do sometimes get the procrastination bug, and it is very frustrating whenever I do get it. Um, I yeah, it is just really irritating to just like lose like your train of thought and like what you're trying to do, and just be like, oh shit, like right before the due date, and you're like, oh shit, I really need to cram. Just fucking, it sucks. I've been getting better. I used to be a lot worse. um and I think I think that's probably the thing I'm most proud of myself over for like my entire college career is I did do the work, and I'm like, you know what, I'm not gonna procrastinate as much anymore. So I try not to. Maybe that's gonna hit you too, as you go later on, because I know you have a procrastination problem.
No, me?
Yeah. No, you're right. You're right. I must have you confused with someone else. It
That's
couldn't
what I'm
possibly be you.
thinking, right? I'm like,
Yeah.
are we sure we're talking about the same person?
Yeah. I mean, you're right. You're right. That
You
that
must be mistaken.
I must be. I must be confusing you with my other co-host of this podcast. That's
Ah, yes, that must be it. That explains it, I guess,
Oh
right?
my god. Oh my god. Right. All right. So my mom would get a hoot out of this. So back when I was a kid, right? This reminds me of something. But back when I was like a really really little kid, I think it was like 2. Like so early, I don't remember doing this. But back when I was super duper young, um, whenever my mom wouldn't do something for me, I would say, "Well, the blue mommy would do that," and and it used to piss her off so much because I have no idea where I possibly could have come up with it, and she had no idea where I possibly could have come up with it. So I just invented a different mother who would just do things for me, and like just to guilt trip her. So even back then, I was hitting her with the gaslight gatekeep girl boss for real.
I
For
feel
real.
like I feel like a lot of children who have like the multiple parent figures, they always do the thing where they're just like, let me ask one parent and then ask the other parent. They're never on the same page, right? So
Hmm.
you just kind of made up a second parent though.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's the difference, right? You didn't have a second mother at that time, I don't think, right? You just
No,
kind of made.
I mean, my dad was seeing another woman, um, but I don't. I think I was too young to recognize the nuances of that because they had broken up.
Hmm.
So my dad was dating someone else. So I didn't recognize the nuance of that, and I know because I used to say, I want to hang out with, I want to stay with Cody's mom, and I used to say that to my mom because I didn't realize that they were like broken, that my parents were broken up, and they were like, like against each other because they divorced when I was so young. I wasn't even out of diapers yet, so it was like I didn't understand any nuances in that regard. So I used to. Cody was my stepbrother, by the way. Shout out Cody, I guess, if you're watching this. Shout out Cody. Shout out Kim. Shout out um Divorce. Yeah, shout out Divorce. Uh yeah, so it was just I know that I wasn't talking about her. I was talking about some random mother who happened to be blue. Uh so I yeah, I don't know where I came up with it, but it used to piss her off a lot, so I guess it worked. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, she's gonna get a hoot out of this if she listens to it. My mom, she's gonna think that's hilarious. Uh, but yeah, I guess I was a little shit even when I was a little shit. Um,
It sounds like you.
fuck you. Eat bag of dicks. I'm perfect. I am a perfect
Well,
individual.
let's not exaggerate. You know what I mean? I feel like we don't wanna lie here. We're not liars, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so you would never lie to the audience, right? I don't know
I
why I can't say that
mean,
with a straight face.
no,
That's so funny.
I think you must be having some brain issues there. You know, if you can't say that with a straight face, because it's obviously true. I would never lie to you. I would never.
No, no,
I
you
think
would.
you might be. I think you might be crazy if you think I would lie to you. Come on, let's be real here. Um, yeah, no, I would never. I would never. I would never. Uh, what else was I gonna say? What else happened to me this week? Oh, I did a
What?
subathon on Twitch.
Oh yeah, man. I only was able to tune in for a minute or two, and then I had to leave. And by the time I got home, it was over. So
Thank God for that. Thank God for that because I genuinely was actively planning on falling asleep if somebody gifted me more subs. I was just gonna fall asleep on camera and set an alarm and wake myself up and shut off the stream. And either that or check how many more gifted subs I got. But yeah, so this fucker, let me just tell you guys, this fucker. So I started the subathon. I'm like, I got a sub earlier
whoa,
today because
like this is
you
such
had
strong
used your Prime
language. You
sub
gotta.
earlier that day. So I started at 6 p.m. Central Time. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do a subathon. I've been thinking about it. Let's just see how it goes. So at and maybe I didn't plan this out the best because I said 1 hour per tier, and that's like given the price differences, that doesn't actually work. But this motherfucker,
Whoa, whoa! Again with the
he
language.
he he so I gave myself an hour, so I was going from 6 to 7, and I said if nobody gave me a sub in between then, I would end there. The subathon would have failed. However, this motherfucker comes in right before work, I believe. It was either right before work or was it on your break? And
It
you're
was
like,
on
oh,
my
how's this?
lunch.
It's like, oh, how's your subathon going? I'm like, oh, it's going pretty good. And you're like, okay, does gifted subs count? And I'm like, yeah. And he gifts 5 subs. So all in all, I was streaming for 6 hours from 6 p.m. to midnight, Oh my god. Oh my god. It was it wouldn't have been so bad, but it was just like hadn't gotten the best sleep before, and I hadn't gotten a nap in, so I was very tired by the end of it. Um, it was quite Herculean, honestly. But we finally got to the end, and thankfully nobody else gifted me more subs. Honestly,
Yeah, wasn't able to get home. I overestimated how long it would take for me to finish my shift.
yeah, um I think next time I'm gonna lower the price. Uh, I think next time I'm gonna lower the number of hours. But I'm gonna make it more proportional. So that way, because I definitely got more than I thought I would. I thought it was gonna end at 7. I did, yeah, but
Well, I just thought it would be funny, and it was very funny, wasn't it?
I mean, I'm laughing all the way to the bank.
Like I did a 14-hour stream, remember that one day?
Yeah,
What
yeah.
content I was putting out, right? Like, you can't even do a mere 6 hours. It seems like maybe it's a little bit of a you issue, you know what I mean?
I mean, I was in front of the screen. I think. Oh, I think it was that day. Um, I actually like burst a blood vessel in my eye. My eyes started turning red. For being in front of the screen for so long. So my scleras, the whites of my eyes were just completely pink. It was great. I got conjunctivitis from looking at a screen for too long. It was hilarious. Yeah, yeah. I mean, it was worth it. The things I'll do to my body and soul for money, truly, is baffling. Uh, let's actually pull up
Yeah, man, if I was willing to spend more money, we really could have gotten a lot more value out of that, but I was like, I don't know.
I'm pulling up the revenue here. So it's not saying that I made any money off ads from that, which doesn't make any sense. Uh, unless you somehow managed to give everyone a sub who watched, meaning that nobody who watched got any ads. That
I
would
didn't see
be
who all got a sub. I think, the name that I recognized was Plumplet. Plumplet was the only name that I recognized that got a sub.
Plumplet got one. My friend from high school, James, he was the guy who. Do you remember when I dyed my hair?
I don't think I was there for that particular stream, but I remember when you did, yeah.
He was the one in the stream who helped me out with it. Um, yeah. Let me see who got subs because I think I can pull that up. But yeah, it says I made $10 from that stream, and I made 261 from or 241. No, all right. Now here's what doesn't make sense. I got 241. I don't know. It doesn't make any sense. I guess I got ads from that, but I didn't get ads from the subathon because I do think everyone you gave a sub uh watched, or also everyone who watched gave a sub. Um, yeah. Community. I don't know. Is there a sub list? Is there a sub list? Would it be? I don't even know. Stream manager. Gave out 5 community sub gifts, but it's not telling me.
Apparently, they said that was my eighth. I've given 8 subs so far.
Yeah, that
2 more, and I get like a award or something. I don't know. They just said 8 out of 10. I don't know what that means, but I guess we'll see.
that now see that sounds about right, but
I only gave
uh,
5 that day, but I given like I guess 3 another time.
I thought you've given more. It feels like you've given more, right? Because for my birthday a little while ago, you gave a couple subs. It was when I turned yeah, when I turned 19 back in 2021, you gave subs. I don't know. It is a weird beast. Twitch making money off Twitch is a weird beast, but I think you might have given me all in all, I think you've given me about a quarter of what I need to get paid out. So all in all, thank very much. You know, I'm more than a quarter of the way there to getting $50. God,
Nice.
yeah, I
You
know,
know, and
right?
then you can
What am I
show
gonna
that
do?
payout to your parents. You'll be like, I'm successful. Look at this.
No, you're highly successful. I'm incredibly influential.
No,
Remember?
no, no. You're like mildly successful though. You know what I mean?
Mildly is mildly is a bit of a stretch.
Yeah, you know, it's okay. You don't gotta, don't worry about it. You know, they don't have to know how long it took you. You know what I mean?
I mean, it might be shorter than the first time because it took me over a year to make $55. So, in theory, if I have another subathon and it does as well, in theory, it might make a it might do even more. But you know,
I don't know if I'm going to be willing to do more than five though, just because I have been trying to spend my money a little bit less and less, just because I really do want to try to move out and do like a lot of things this year, right? I opened up a savings account actually a little earlier this week. That way I can kind of just guaranteed have money aside, you know? Because I feel like whenever you just look at your bank account, it's just like one giant number, you know?
mm-hmm.
You whenever you spend money, you don't really see it go down, right? So you're just like, oh, it's fine. But you know, those small things add up, right? So I'm like, you know what? Let's just put a whole bunch of money aside. That way, guaranteed I can't touch that money, right?
Yeah,
That money will save it away for when I need it. Instead of me just like spending money and just hoping that I have enough at the end of the day, you know?
mm-hmm.
So that's what I'm doing right now. Is I'm just saving, saving, saving. And it's hopefully by the end of the year I'll have enough to move out. That's the goal, is that we're gonna move out. I'm still trying to figure out whether I should just move and try to get a place like close to where I am now. That way I can go to work, or maybe if I have my credits, I can move close to like the school that I want to go to. Either
Mm-hmm.
one, we'll see. But we still have a lot of time to save, so we're not too in a rush.
Yeah, I think definitely having a good plan for that is a really good adult skill to develop. Uh, like making sure you don't touch a certain amount of money and you like save it up and stuff. Put
Well,
it
the thing
towards
is,
your retirement too.
I used to have a savings account, but after I left my job at Amazon, and after I finished that like little tutoring job that I did way back in the day, right? I had a lot of car issues. Remember I was telling you about that? If y'all
Mm-hmm.
viewers remember, that was a big saga early
Episode
on.
5. Episode 5. One of our most
Right,
successful episodes too.
right. So I had to buy a new car. So I pretty much drained my savings account, and they automatically closed it because I hadn't used it for so long. So I just pretty much what I did is I just reopened a new one recently because I hadn't had one since then. So now
Mm-hmm.
we're back to the savings account. I actually opened a savings account with a different bank because I found that I found a different bank that had a better savings, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So now we have
Yeah.
two different banks. We're multi-banking here. Look at us.
Yeah. I think yeah that is probably a good thing to shop around for. Uh I'm with Chase uh just because it's the closest bank to my house. It's literally like within walking distance.
Well, yeah, Chase is my bank too. It's like again the
Mhm.
closest bank to my house, but my savings account is like an online bank. If there is a physical location, it's nowhere close to me because I've never seen
Yeah.
this bank before.
That motherfucker JP Morgan really did put a lot of banks in a lot of places. Considering he's like the closest motherfucker to like everybody's house, you know? And that's why everybody uses it. I think that's been his strategy for like 200 fucking years. That JP Morgan son of a bitch. That son of a bitch JP Morgan. He's done it again.
He's done it again. What a guy. What a guy.
Yeah. But yeah, I think definitely budgeting and trying to get the best deal on a bank account is pretty important to do. I just yeah. I have no complaints with Chase. So I just stick with that. But I imagine in the future I'll have to
Well, if you
look
ever
into it.
like look at the savings for Chase compared to other banks, Chase is very, very low.
Yeah. 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 Might have to look into that.
I don't know if you have a savings account or if that's something that you're interested in right now, but definitely when you do start looking into that, like just letting you know, Chase is very bottom of the barrel when it comes to the what you get for the savings accounts. You know.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's just convenient. I think the money you're not saving in like actual rates, I think you're making it back in convenience. I think convenience is really worth paying for, honestly. Uh, but that's just me. Uh, it's all about like man hours and shit, right? Because like
Well, it
you gotta.
depends, like how you use your savings account too, right? Because the way I used to use my savings account whenever I had my savings account the first time, it was a Chase savings
Hmm.
account, right? And that's whenever I was making a lot less money, right? So the money I was saving away was probably going to get used more often. But now that I'm making a lot more money, I'm trying to like really just put it away kind of like as like a nest egg, right? Just not touch
Hmm.
it for a long, long time. And that's why using a different bank is those interest rates are going to be a lot better for me because if I don't touch it, it just kind of builds faster than Chase does, right?
Hmm.
So it just depends on how you use your savings account. Because whenever I first had a savings account, the Chase, the convenience was, the number one thing for me too, right? But
Hmm. I
it
don't
just depends.
actually. I don't actually go to my physical bank very often. So normally what I do is uh like the only times I've ever like actually gone to like an actual physical Chase location were right before we moved to set it up. It was on like my last day of school. We set it up. After that was uh I had worked with my mom to DoorDash to get a new laptop for school. So my mom gave me the money. We went to the bank. We withdrew it from my account and bought the laptop. Uh, and then after that, it was when I donated plasma. You know, I don't know if we did it for the same people, but uh, we got it on like a card, like on a credit card. So the only way we could
I've
get like.
done two different plasma places. The first one I did, it was called BPL Plasma. The
Mhm.
second one I did was BioLife.
Yeah, I
Um,
did. I did CSL. It's always like three-letter adjectives, isn't it? It's really weird.
yeah,
BPL, CSL, CIA, KGB,
yeah, man. Three is the
FBI.
number.
Yeah.
Three's the number.
Um.
Why change it?
Yeah. But I would. They gave us our money on a credit card, so the only way to like transfer it from the credit card to our actual bank account was to go to the grocery store, get cash back, uh, go over to my ATM, and then put the cash into my bank account. And that was the only way to do it. So it was like, yeah, it was a little bit of a hassle, but whatever. I did it. I lived. I survived. I haven't gone back to give plasma in a while though. I think I've
Yeah,
probably
it
been
wasn't
away
really
for
my
so long.
favorite thing.
Yeah,
It was all right, but
I could do
now that
schoolwork there. Is the thing, and I think that could be pretty convenient.
yeah, I suppose.
Yeah,
I just
yeah,
wasn't my favorite, so I just was like, I can live without it.
yeah. I think that's probably a good time to switch over to the ad read, don't you think?
Sure thing, man.
Yeah. So thank you for listening to the first part. Stay tuned. This episode has been generously sponsored by skunknuggetparenting.com, run by my own talented mother. Parenting is hard. Sometimes kids and parents are like night and day. It can be very hard to get on the same page with them, and a lot of parents have anxiety that maybe they're doing it all wrong. Luckily, there is a service out there that can help. Skunk Nugget Parenting Solutions is a company that provides parent coaching services, resource referrals, and psychological profiling, along with 24/7 phone and text access in an all virtual program. Plus, the first consultation is free. In order to get this amazing service, please visit skunknuggetparenting.com. That is skunknuggetparenting.com. Thank you to Skunk Nugget Parenting Solutions for sponsoring this episode. Thank you all for listening. And now, back to the podcast. Hello, welcome back to the show. Thank you for staying tuned through the ads. Let's talk about something other than banking, because that's fucking boring.
No, banking's where it's at, man.
No, it's boring.
No, our audience loves our takes on online banking. Why wouldn't they
It's
not?
boring. It's boring. That shit is boring.
They
My
love
inner child.
online banking.
My inner child is crying because I'm talking about fucking online banking. Dude, what the fuck? This is supposed to be a comedy show. That ain't funny. That's not fucking funny.
I think it's very funny. I think it's very hilarious.
I think you should suck a dick. Fuck you.
Wow. The hostility that you're putting off right now is a little. I'm not liking it, man. You gotta really work on that.
No, the hostile energy is very deserved right now. Ow, my fucking back. Can we talk about my back? Dude, I'm
Oh yeah,
old.
because so we're switching from banking to your back. Okay,
Yeah, my
that's
fucking
better.
back hurts. My fucking back hurts. Okay, you got a problem with that?
Maybe you should
It's
use the
not
proper
pleasant.
lifting techniques because you gotta lift with your legs, not your back. You know what I mean? You're not
I
young
can't
anymore.
get down that far. I can't get down that far is the problem because I got to lift things that are really low to the ground.
Well, then just bend your knees. I feel like it's
Yeah,
not.
I do bend my knees, but I would have to bend my back as well because my arms wouldn't get there.
Well, you're not bending your knees enough, man. If you
No,
bend
I
your
could
knees
bend my knees
all
all
the
to the
way,
ground, but my arms need to get there.
sounds like excuses. It sounds like excuses right now. Is what it
I
sounds
think
like.
I think you are a sorry excuse for a human being. I think that's what you are.
Is that what you
That's
think?
right. You heard me. You heard me. What are you gonna do about it? What are you gonna do about it? You gonna cry?
No, probably not.
You
Like
know.
your threats don't
Let's
don't
talk.
affect
All right.
me.
Remember when we were talking about your plans? Let's. All right. All right. So can I just explain to you what I heard happen from Jennifer because she called me.
Okay.
Not
Sure.
necessarily about that, but we talked for about 40 minutes a couple nights ago,
40
and
minutes. Sure.
and we talked about sort of the plans that you had going on today. And we just she and
Well,
I
no,
were
I
just
actually called you. She was was in the background. Well, no, I passed the phone to her, but
no
same
this was
deal.
no this was another time.
This wasn't today. Okay.
Yeah, this was a while ago. Yeah. But yeah, she called me. She asked me for advice for like a different situation, but then she told me about this. And from what it sounds like, at least one of these girls was trying to get into your pants.
Well, this is news to me.
From what I heard from it, she basically said that like these two girls were in your class. So like you went to school, I think.
No.
Al.
These are my coworkers. I think that.
Oh, they're coworkers? Okay. I may have gotten that wrong. My bad.
Also, I feel like now that I'm thinking about it, maybe we shouldn't talk about this.
No, let's talk about it, right?
Because I distinctly remember recommending this podcast to one of them, and I just don't want this coming back to me. You know what I mean? So let's
No,
good conversation.
I just wanna make it
Great.
clear what Jennifer made it sound like.
Oh my lord, this is
Because I think it's very funny to talk about this because what I said about it was very funny. So
you
basically,
being funny, man. Like,
she tells me that you
that's
work
good.
with all the women at your workplace because you don't want to work where the men work. partially because of some lack of masculinity or lack of testosterone, something like that. Um, so you work where all the women work, and uh, and apparently these two girls, you know, you were talking to them, and apparently it came out that you were like, oh yeah, I like Overwatch, and one of them was like, oh yeah, I like Overwatch as well, and then I was gonna say I like Overwatch too, and it's like, but like Overwatch 2, like TWO versus TOO. Anyway, so
Yeah,
for
I get it.
apparently they you apparently invited them over, or they invited themselves over, or something like that, and apparently Jennifer was like, "Oh yeah, I'll come too," and apparently that made it weird, or she thought it would make it weird. I don't know. Jennifer is there. Can you ask her to come in here and explain it?
She's not in the room. I'd have to go find where she's
Go in,
at
go
right
in,
now.
just like go out in the hallway and tell her to come in here and explain it again. I
Oh
want to.
my. Okay, let me go find her.
Yeah. So basically, my point is, while he's gone, it totally sounded like they, from how she described it, it sounded like perhaps not just friendly. I don't know. Let's get to the bottom of this. We're playing. I'm putting my detective hat on, getting out my magnifying glass. We're gonna get to the bottom of this. Yeah.
Yes. Well, we can talk about it tomorrow with my cousin. Oh, she'll have like. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. We'll.
Hello?
I want to get to the bottom of this. Jennifer, is that you?
Yes. Whoa, this is way too loud. How do I turn this down?
No, you're all right. You're all right. That wasn't terrible. Anywho, explain
Wait.
explain what was
Oh, let me tell you what's going on.
Yeah, right, cuz I was trying to remember it from when we called a couple days ago, but like apparently I've gotten it wrong, and also I don't have as good of a memory about it as I think I do. So how about you explain?
This wasn't supposed to be on the podcast.
All right. So,
It's on the
ladies,
podcast now.
ladies, let me tell you something, right?
Why are we trying to start with ladies?
No, don't
for the
start it out
ladies
like that.
that
Just
are
tell the
listening.
story. Just tell the story.
No. For the ladies that are listening, the first thing in a relationship is trust. The second is loyalty. The third is to make sure that your man has a job so he can like support you, right? But you're an independent woman, so you don't need a support. It's more like bonuses. But let me just say this. If you can't trust the person you're with, then you shouldn't be with them. If you're constantly looking at their phone and you're getting anxious, like save yourself a lot of headache and just get yourself like a dog, maybe a cat, right?
Okay. But what is the story? We don't. You've said it before. We've heard it before. We're trying to get to the bottom of this. This is a
Okay, so
detective.
what did Danny tell you?
No, you told me about it first. I'm trying to get with what you told me, and then
So
I
I
want to
told
hear
you
what
something
Danny told me.
personal, and you decided to share it with everyone that's listening.
Yeah.
Okay, well, tit for tat. Tell us something personal about yourself, Nick, that you haven't told anybody.
That I haven't told anybody. Well, just now, there's like a hole in my table. I think that's where the wheel goes. And stupidly, I put my finger in it, and then there was like something in it that stabbed me in the side of the finger, and I said, "Ow."
Wow,
And they
that
heard me
is
on the
not
podcast.
at all what I thought you were gonna say. I thought you were gonna say you put something else in the hole.
I did not put my dick in the hole. It's too small.
It's okay, Nick. Women like small things. It's fine.
I'm not going to clarify which was too small, so that way.
No, we all know
have
what
to
was
guess.
too small, and it wasn't the table.
I mean, all right, go on ahead.
It's okay.
But
It's okay.
yeah,
It's fine.
sure. But yeah,
You know what matters? That you have a personality.
Okay, can we tell me what you told me, because I've forgotten.
What did I tell you?
What I
Okay.
seem to recall is you told me that two girls from his school, apparently it was work, not school. He struck up a conversation with them, and they sort of invited themselves, and also he invited them to come over, and maybe there was like some kind of like miscommunication involved, so it sort of seemed a little bit more friendly than friendly, if that makes sense.
Yes. So it seems that to certain people, because I have a couple friends that work there, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then they're always telling me like the drama that happens at the work. Like apparently, one of the ladies' husband is one of the managers and was like cheated on her with someone else, right? We don't condone cheating on this channel,
No,
right?
no. But continue.
Yeah. So the story was, I heard that there's this really funny girl who bullies Danny, which in my book I feel like, yeah, she's definitely
Okay, I
friend
like
friend
her.
material, right?
I like
Yeah,
her. I like her.
exactly. Yeah. And the fact that maybe I'm not going to how should I say this? The fact that she is a very attractive person and bullies someone like Danny, I just find that even more funny, right?
Yeah, that does make sense. Yeah.
Yeah, so I feel like her definitely friend material. I haven't met her, but I've heard that she's like super funny, and some people have told me she's really weird. So
Yeah,
I'm like, okay.
and so who was the other girl then?
So apparently, but then the other girl apparently is going a different way. Never bullies him, agrees with him on everything. Went so far as to
Oh.
download Overwatch. Ladies, and he's
Oh,
in the
I
background he says that
see.
she already had Overwatch downloaded, but she sent him a screenshot saying, "Uh-oh, I needed to download it." So
Oh,
so let
yeah,
me just say
yeah, I'm
this.
sure.
No girl is gonna be downloading Overwatch for just anybody, right? And just saying.
I
You know, the
see, I
first time
see.
I met Danny, I was like, "Oh yeah, I like Overwatch." And you know why I said that? Because I really liked the Summon the right. And Danny took it as I played Overwatch, which maybe I dabbled once or twice, right?
I mean, we all have weaker moments.
Right. And also, when I first met Danny, I was like, I love books. And what did he tell me? He told me like all these books he's read. And ever since I've been with him, I don't think I've ever seen him pick up a book. So
Yeah, but so apparently, so the one who bullies him, and then there's one who uh who totally, yeah, and
Yes. And
then
let me tell you, I just got some information right now from an inside source because she said she was gonna babysit, right?
yeah,
She said she was
yeah.
gonna babysit, but it turned out, why would she be babysitting right now whenever those kids are in school?
Oh, that's true.
Exactly.
Oh,
Because we
wait.
were
So when did she hear that you were coming over as well? When did she hear that you
and they
were
were
coming
gonna
over
come
as
over
well?
around like 1 or 2. And let me tell you, my inside source told me that she knows who these kids are because she is talking to the best friend that she dropped, and the best friend was like, "That's weird." So I thought that was interesting. Also, I think it was interesting that maybe she realized I was gonna be here and was like, "Oh no, I don't want to come over anymore." Right?
Yeah, I was gonna ask, when did she figure out that you were coming over? Because I remember we talked about, like, you were coming over, uh and maybe she didn't know that, and sort of she got like a different vibe, and that was sort of the miscommunication I was alluding to. When did she figure that out?
I'm not
Uh,
sure if Danny mentioned something like that we're gonna go get lunch or we're gonna go run errands, and maybe that's what all it took. But to be fair, I think the whole situation is funny. I'm not insecure at all about it because I trust
yeah,
Danny 100%.
yeah, I trust him too, but different reason.
Right, right. But Nick,
Because he's
honestly,
totally acting. He legitimately thinks that is not simp behavior to download
see,
Overwatch for a guy.
exactly.
That is
So
absolute simp
so
behavior.
I just feel like me and him sometimes are both oblivious. So sometimes it works out. It's great like that. So
Mm-hmm.
I just think it's super funny because I'm just like if she is interested, it's gonna be funny to see how hard she tries, not knowing that it's not gonna make a difference, right?
Mm-hmm.
So Nick,
Yeah.
if you were in this situation, would you find it funny as well, or would you be upset that your girlfriend's getting the attention of like multiple guys?
I mean, usually I'm the oblivious one. So I think that would be. Uh, I don't know if I would be in that situation because I feel like if I was dating someone, I tend to go for, people who do have some form of human understanding, just because it's like I don't have it. So if I'm not with someone who has it, then I'm just completely lost and oblivious.
Hmm.
So yeah, I don't know if that situation would
Oh,
happen.
so
to
you're
you, but
saying that most likely you would be Danny, and
yes,
it would be the two girls trying to hang out with you, and it would be your girlfriend who would be in the situation.
yeah, and I
Okay.
think she would think it was funny. I think
Yeah,
she would think it was funny.
probably.
I would try. I'd try and date people who would think that was funny rather than get jealous.
Right. Or I was with someone who, see, I used to have a lot of like male colleagues, right?
Mm-hmm.
And and then like the person I was with at the time, it was horrible because they wanted to constantly check my phone, constantly ask me where I was. It just like all that insecurity and jealousy, it's not as fun as some people think it is, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. All right. So now I wanna get the other side of the story from your boyfriend real quick, just so
I
we
want to
just so we
stress
can.
that the events were exaggerated in order to get like the drama going on for this podcast.
Well, all right. So now I want to get the other side of the story, and then apparently the truth will be somewhere in the middle, and
There you go.
we'll
Yeah.
get to the bottom of it. All right.
Honestly, I want to give some advice. If you're a guy, right, and a bunch of girls are trying to like talk with you and stuff, they're probably just being friendly. And if they are interested in you, but you have a girlfriend, that's okay. Because as long as you're dating someone that thinks it's funny, that's fine. I think it works good if you're insecure and someone else is insecure, right? But it does not work if you're insecure and the other person is not.
Mm-hmm.
So it's either both be insecure, both don't be insecure.
Yeah, birds of a feather flock together is sort of the old theory regarding
Nick, have you
attraction.
dated anyone that's the complete opposite of you?
Um. I don't know about like complete opposite, but like yeah, sometimes. You
And
know,
it didn't work out, right?
obviously.
Right.
Yeah. But yeah, let's hear the other side of the story. Thank you, Jennifer,
Yeah,
for
of
your
course.
cameo
Happy
appearance.
early Valentine's Day, you guys.
Okay, it's a little bit early. It's not even one full
Fine.
month. Yeah, as we're recording
May
this,
your
it's not even
Friday
a
the
month
13th
before.
be prosperous.
Well, I mean, they're not going to hear this till Tuesday, but
Alrighty then. Well,
it'll be Martin Luther King Day, I think.
there you go. Okay, I'm passing the mic over.
Okay.
Hello, can you still hear me?
Yes, we can. Daniel. Daniel-san. My boy. We need to get to the bottom of this. Tell your side of this story.
Well, my girlfriend is known to exaggerate very, very minute things and explode them into much bigger things, and I just couldn't tell you how true that is from what I just heard.
I mean,
Right? She took every detail of my story and then she changed it.
she didn't change it.
No. She exaggerated it. What are you doing?
I was gonna look.
All right. To the bottom of this.
Whoa,
We've got a limited time
Calm
here.
down.
Come on, let's go. Pick up the pace.
All right. So let's see. So I have two friends at work, right?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
One who does bully me, but it's
Yeah.
okay.
I like her. Which one did you recommend the podcast to?
Not her.
You should recommend it to her because all I do is bully you. I think she would get a kick out of that. I think she would think that's fucking funny.
and that's why I should not recommend it to her.
No, you should absolutely recommend it to her so that way we get a loyal listener, someone who will tune in every week, and then she can make fun of you at work and I can make fun of you here. So that way you cannot escape the being made fun of. It's beautiful. Yeah, recommend it to her. Please.
Anyways, the other friend, the one who
the one who's in love with
Jennifer
you.
was talking about, yeah,
The
not
one who's in love
with
with
me.
you.
I did mention to her like Overwatch and all that, right?
Uh-huh.
Now, the fact that she downloaded Overwatch to play with me, lies, deceit. Do not believe everything you hear, guys.
If she really did play Overwatch that often, it would be updated. It would be updated.
No, like it's I feel like whenever she says she played Overwatch, you know what I mean? She didn't elaborate on how much she played Overwatch, so
But I feel like
Yeah.
if she was like a real Overwatch fan, she would at least have it on like auto update,
Not necessarily, not necessarily, but
What when did the update come out? Do you know what update it was, and do you know when it came out? Because if it
it
came out
might
like
have been
that day,
like, let me think.
did you see how big the update was? Do you still have the screenshot in question?
Do I have the screenshot? I might. I have to scroll down quite a bit, but let me tell you, revelations. These are the revelations that I found out, right?
Mm-hmm.
So she plays Overwatch on the Switch, right?
Oh, I see.
So she was running off of like that Wi-Fi connection, right? Which
Yeah.
no problem with the Wi-Fi connection, but she did not have very good download speeds. It's from the screenshot I had to pull it up here. It says 3 hours 40 minutes for the screenshot, right?
But it doesn't say how much like how big the size was. It's not like on Xbox
Well,
where
if
they give you
I had to
percent,
guess, the
time,
the
and amount.
update I think might have been like around let me think, Halloween time maybe.
And when did she send you the screenshot?
Probably the same day.
December 8th.
Oh wait, was the Christmas? It was either Christmas or Halloween. It was one of those like events that added a whole bunch,
I see.
And it added a lot of like it wasn't like one of those small updates, it was a bigger update. So I was like, okay, fair is fair, she doesn't have auto update, right?
So it sounds like maybe she's not the biggest fan of Overwatch, but she didn't
Okay,
quite
you're
emphasize how big of an Overwatch fan she was. So maybe
she was
didn't give
not
us enough
as big of an
information.
Overwatch fan as I originally thought, right?
But she was telling you that she was updating Overwatch specifically to play with you.
I wouldn't say specifically to play with me. Well, I guess, yeah, I suppose.
And you recommended the podcast to her. What did you say about the podcast to her, since she might be listening to this?
Oh, I said, my friend's really annoying, and he's always talking to me. Because I think that what happened is that you messaged me, or you called me at work, and I hung up on you instantly on my watch. And I was like, man, let me tell her about this guy who never stops bothering me.
I don't stop bothering you because I
And
love you.
that was the
because
context.
I care so deeply about you, and also because you make me money. You're my fucking cash cow. Oink for me, cash cow.
Okay, see what I mean?
Did I just wait? Did I just say oink for me, cash cow?
Yeah, you're just kind of a dumbass.
I was gonna
don't
say
think you've
oink
realized
for
that.
me, piggy. I was gonna say oink for me, piggy, and also moo for me, cash cow. But sort of just really,
you're just a
really
dumbass.
just got mixed in there.
You're just a dumbass.
Make one of those two animal noises for me.
You're a dumbass. Why do you not understand this yet?
Now hang on. This is the wrong. This is all wrong. I'm supposed to call you a dumb piece of shit. Fuck you. Shut the fuck up. But anywho, so you don't think she's like in love with you?
No, nobody's in love with me except for maybe.
You're right. Nobody's
Jennifer
in love with
here.
you. You're right. Nobody's in love with you. You're right. Nobody's in love with you.
You don't think so?
No.
You think it's all a farce?
Yeah.
Ah, dang.
He bought me an iPad.
You bought me an iPad. Yeah, okay. That's all you want to talk about.
That's all you're good for. That's all you're good for is buying her an iPad. That's why she keeps you around.
I'll remember that. I remember that. Next.
So apparently she is babysitting, except she isn't because they're at school. So she has some
Again,
other excuse.
Jennifer has no context except for the fact that I said that she was babysitting, and she created a whole story, fabricated it out of thin air.
Martin Luther King Day is on Monday. They wouldn't get the day off on Friday. They would get the day off on Monday. So, boom.
Again, she doesn't know how old these kids are. They could be like. You don't have sources.
She does have sources. She does.
Also,
she
your
has friends who work
sources.
there.
Your sources hate my friend, so yeah, they're extremely biased. They hate my friend, so of course they're just gonna talk trash about my friend.
Wait. So
her sources hate my friend.
Which one is your friend? Are you the bully one or the friend one?
No, what do you mean the bully one or the friend one? They're both my friends.
Yes, but which one do they hate, dumbass?
You see, now I don't like your tone. We're gonna have to
Answer
work
the
on that.
question. Answer the question.
We're gonna have to work
I'm
on
asking
that.
the questions here.
I just feel like you gotta ask nicer, man. I just don't know if you're gonna get your answers with
No,
this.
no. I'm the drama detective here. We're playing good cop, bad cop, right? And I'm the bad
Okay.
cop.
Well, who's the good cop?
No one. Fuck you. You're a
Uh,
piece of shit.
I
Answer
had a
the
feeling.
fucking question.
I had a feeling you might say something like that.
Answer the motherfucking question.
Hmm. Interesting. Curious.
That's still not answering the question. Which friend do they not like?
Oh, which one do they not like?
Bully one or simp one?
Well, not the bully one, and I wouldn't
Okay.
say the simp one because that's
I mean, you just said it. You just said it. So it's a bit late for that, buddy. It's a bit fucking late. There we go. All right. So they don't like simp one. Okay. All right.
Yeah, so of course they're gonna spread information. I feel like or
Why?
biased
What is the?
information.
Why do they not like her, Jennifer?
Wait, that's unrelated. Okay,
No, I want to hear
that's
this
not
now.
relevant.
I want to hear this now. This is
Let's-
very relevant. This is very relevant. We're getting down to the
It's
nitty gritty.
crazy because it's not relevant.
It's so
crazy
relevant.
how you think it's
the
relevant.
plot is thickening here. The plot is thickening here.
There's no none of that. None of that's
No,
happening.
all right. I think it's all connected. I think there's a bigger thing going on here.
I'm sure
I
you
think
think it's
there's
all
things you're not
connected.
telling me. I think there's things you're not telling me here, and I'm done with it. I'm done with the secrets and the lies. We're gonna get to the fucking bottom of this, and you're gonna fucking like it. The truth is gonna come out, whether you like it or not.
You're on something today, and I don't know what it is, but you gotta calm down, sir. You really do. Like
I don't get to play detective very often, so it's really fun.
you gotta chill, man. You're
No, this is a
worrying me little
mystery.
bit.
It's a
No,
mystery.
There's no mystery.
There's a mystery going on here, right? So
There's
I'm
not
thinking,
a mystery going on.
I'm thinking maybe you haven't given me their names, but I don't need their names. So
Okay, first of all, again, I'm not gonna give you their names. That's just not happening.
we'll call the simp one Charles Barkley, and we'll call the cool one Shaq.
Is that why are we giving them names? They don't need names.
So Charles Barkley is apparently not liked by Jennifer's friends, right? Right? Apparently.
Why are we giving them names? That seems
Because
unnecessary.
Because you told me not to call them simp one and bully one. So Shaq and Charles Barkley.
That just there's not very good names, I guess. But
Fuck you. Charles Barkley's a great name. So Charles Barkley played for the Phoenix Suns. So Jennifer's friends don't like Charles Barkley. Why is that? What happened there?
well,
I think this could be connected. I feel like
relevant.
this could be connected. No, it's connected. Of course it's relevant.
It's probably connected, but I just don't want to tell you because then you're gonna say something about it. So
no, that's why I'm no that.
Well, no, we're
that's
not.
why
We're
I'm
not
a detective.
talking about it.
I'm a
No,
detective. I'm a detective. My job is to find things that are connected. That is my fucking job, bro. How do you not understand how detectiving works? Jesus Christ. This is why I can't play good cop bad cop, because it's more like cop who's good at their job and Danny highly successful, because you're not a cop, you're not a detective, you're nothing. You're nothing. You're nothing. You're like a fart in a whirlwind. You're nothing. You're nothing to me.
I feel like that's a very strangely specific insult, and I don't appreciate it. I don't know why. Just you gotta calm down.
I think you need to answer the fucking question. I am asking the questions here. I am an officer of the law. You need to answer the question.
But
also, we're running out of time, so just give me like a small Cliff's Notes, like the Cliff's Notes of the Cliff Notes, and make it snappy.
Okay. Well, part of the reason why the friend doesn't like why Jennifer's source doesn't like my friend is partly because of me, and that's all you get to know.
What did you do?
And that's the end of the podcast,
What did you
guys.
do? No,
What
we
the
have a big
big
red button here.
button? What
All
is
right,
it
do you have a
today?
question? Do you have one? Because I'm only gonna move on until you come up with a big red button here. How about that?
Oh, sure. Let me pull up my greatest resource, the internet.
No, you don't need the
Um,
internet. You can come up with one. Don't be a pussy. You can do it.
would you?
Don't be a
Let's see.
pussy. Don't be a coward. You're such a coward.
Let's see. Let's refresh this. Okay.
Fucking, it's not that hard to come up with a question.
Let's see. Let's just keep refreshing.
He's so unoriginal.
You can
He's
travel
so
to any
unoriginal.
universe. You can travel to any of the universes of the shows, comics, or friend ideas. Literally any universe.
No, that's boring.
But
That's boring.
But you lose your memories until they're triggered by something. Okay.
No,
You'll be able
fuck
to
it.
marry
I'll
anybody,
come up with my
fictional or
own.
not.
I'll come up with
They
my
will
own.
love you, and you will be loved by them. Two of you will be together forever. However, you will be considered ugly by everyone except your spouse.
That is not fair.
That is true. That is true. That's actually just the way you live right now. That's actually just the way you live right now.
Interesting. You have perfect eyebrows, but you have an uncontrollable desire to punch a baby.
All right, let's go for it. Would you do that? Yes or no? Yes or no? You have perfect eyebrows. You have the uncontrollable urge to punch a baby. That's where we're going with this podcast, everyone. That's where we're going. You're on this train with us
I'm
too.
gonna get a baby around you tomorrow. You can't punch it.
I would love the perfect eyebrows. Of course, I would click this button.
All right, let me look at your eyebrows right now, and we'll.
I've been told I have good eyebrows before. You know what I mean?
Let
I've
me
told that
see.
like they have a nice shape. I just gotta kind of trim them up a little bit, shape them up, and they're good to go already. You know what I mean? They're already pretty full. You want a picture right now of my eyebrows, though?
No, I'm looking at them.
You just pulled up a random picture of me?
They're a bit bushy. Honestly.
But that's what I'm saying. Like the thing is, like I've been told they're nice and full, right? And if I shape them, that they would be great, right? It's just
I don't
I would
like
never
the
have
way
to
they're
shape
like
them.
curved. I don't like the way they're curved because it
Well,
makes
that's
you
a
look
preference thing,
fucking
you know?
smug. Makes you look smug.
I love
and
the
I want to
smug
punch you in the
eyebrows,
face.
right?
I want to punch you. Because, like, when you are looking smug, it's even worse. It's even worse. You look even more smug than smug.
Ooh, that's great. I love that. All right. So, yeah, I already have really good eyebrows, but I would love the perfect eyebrows. And having the desire to punch a baby, I feel like that would never come up as a problem, right? Never, probably, never.
I would rate your eyebrows like a 4 out of 10.
Well, again, that's preference because I feel like you just don't like how smug I am, and that's affecting your opinion.
I don't think anyone likes how smug you are. I don't think anyone likes how smug you are.
I like how smug I am.
I think you punching a baby. I think you punching a baby would be beyond like anything to any reason to want to punch you. You know, because like I already want to punch you, and you are a baby. So, and I already have perfect eyebrows. Oh shit! I guess I've already pushed this button. Oh shit! Isn't that crazy?
That's crazy.
Damn.
That's wild.
So anywho, thank you guys very much for watching. I want to thank our patron Justin Connor. If you want to help support us, go over to patreon.com/IIHS podcast, all one word. There's multiple tiers there. If you wanna go over there and support us, it all helps us put out this podcast and do cool things for this show. So go over there and check us out. If you want to reach out to us, you can reach out to us on Twitter and Instagram at IIHS podcast. Again, all one word. It's the best place to get Q&A. We post whenever there's a new upload. It's pretty cool. Go reach out there. And is there anything else I have to say? Patrons, socials. I insulted you there at the end. Yeah, I think that's it. I've been incredibly influential.
And I've been highly successful, I guess.
Thank you very much for listening. We'll catch you next week.